I don't know if I have a line over my head right now. I'm like, oh my god, I wore a hat for one of my film quirks because I kind of record them at the beginning of the month or mid-month, sometime in the month. And I feel like it's left a line on my forehead. So if it has, and I look somewhat like Poor Things, where, you know, Emma Stone with the Frankenstein, well, I'm sorry about it. But not really. Welcome back. My name is Lillee Jean. I'm an actress from New York City, and this is Film Quirk. So today I wanted to talk about like my acting technique and what I've been kind of developing. So acting technique is a weird thing to talk about because I think it's a very personal thing. I've trained in Meisner Technique and also Dialects for British, RP, Cockney, and also comedy and voiceover and stuff like that. So I have some like experience with that type, and then of course actually with my indie films, actually like the doing acting. Anybody who acts knows about the doing. And I was like, well, it might be interesting to talk about like certain things I do to like put myself in a perspective for a character. First off, whenever I like look at a script, something that I learned is that just read it. Just read the script and kind of like absorb what it is about, what is going on, what's happening, what are your characters feeling, how are they like doing something, is there an object, is there this, like I first approach it with an observantness to know like, well, what is my whereabouts. The most important tip I ever got was from Nick Landry, and that was, you already know it as well as you know it. So if you're worried about like remembering a line in your script or anything else, you should be worried about sounding like you're reading. If you improv something, oh well, we could always do another scene. If you improv something, it's probably going to be way better than sitting there like, what was my line? Now it happens. It does happen where you're like, I don't know what I said. Like, but a director is more welcoming and friendly to you just keep going than you stopping. And it's like, hello, what happened? So that would be one of the best advices I ever got, is to just flow with it. And my technique with this type of stuff is I try to relate personal experience to a subject whenever it happens. Not every role like you're going to be a fit for. In fact, you probably won't. Roles that I tend to do really well in is things that deal with anger, fear, assertion, fighting back, in love, telling off, extreme bliss, depression. So these are things that I definitely excel at, and I know that. So I'm only going to apply for roles that I know, yeah, I'm going to do good, because it's good to stretch yourself, but if you can't draw a personal experience to something, it could be a little bit more difficult. Though I don't say like don't do it. You should put in for everything. Every actor knows that. Put in for everything. But if you can draw like a deep emotion from it and really nail it, that's like a really positive thing. For Little Women, when I did the scene of crying, I related it to a lot of trauma that's happened in my life. And that day, I did not know the script. I've seen the movie. I didn't know the script. I just like rewatched the scene. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that today. And I knew the script as well as I knew the script, and I just let it out. And once the tears started coming down, as I was putting myself in the trance of the moment and feeling the emotion, the words came out. And that technique and that monologue has been mentioned a lot by like other coaches and stuff that I've worked with, that's actually one of your best. And that's all I could think of, is because I actually put myself in there and I let it come out. Crying could look weird as hell if you do it like, oh, I'm gonna cry now. It could look weird as hell, but if you sit there and like think about something really, whatever it is, you could bring yourself from to something like more light and airy. So yeah, that's how I, you know, have navigated things. And one other thing that I do for my technique is I'm not the best, I'm not the greatest, I'm as better as I could be. Something like that. I'm as good as I could be. I think that if you say, like, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm this, it's like, ew, nobody is. There are greats. But even the greats keep working on their craft. You could always learn something, you could always improve something, and you could always, like, benefit from improving. Like, acting especially, if you stay stagnant, that's your acting. You're all, like, one note right here. Another thing that I, with acting technique, is if everything is here, it's, like, very boring to watch. Think about, like, your favorite performances. They're normally, like, there's different, like, I'm, like, sad, I really hate you, Tom. But, like, last week when you said that to me, I was like, I couldn't even. But you said that to me. You wanted to say that to me. So, like, if you go up and down instead of just like, Tom, I hate you so much, oh my god, why did you, if you just say, like, there instead of but it's a more compelling thing. So I learned that you want to, like, with that example, that you want to, like, bring like depth and levels. If you're shouting at somebody, or you're ecstatic, let's take happy is one of the hardest ones. If you're like, oh my god, I just got this new puppy and the puppy is so cute, that is technically one note. But if you were like, oh my god, I just got this puppy and he is so cute, his name is whatever his name is. So there's two different variations in that, and both are not bad, but both bring, like, a different level of things. So that's what I learned about that you really want to give it depth. I'm in no place to talk about, like, what casting director is going to like, because I've gotten different feedbacks, but I know that these things have been, like, outstanding for me, and that, like, have been show-stopping for me, that people have been like, oh wait, that's really good. And so, you know, those are some things that I like to draw into my experiences of acting. Acting is very, like, you could let go a lot, and I love it for that. It's like my savior. So yeah, you can watch Film Quirk on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And you could catch the show probably every month. I don't have a schedule because I hate schedules so badly. I don't like being on schedule. So it's in the month.